Oh, does time go by fast. It seems as though only yesterday, my little brother and I were only kids. I'm 25 now and he's 24. I left the nest a few years ago. My brother, being somewhat of a mama's boy, is only now starting to move out on his own. He's renting a little apartment not too far from home. He and I decided to raid our family storage unit because he hardly had any furniture to go in his new apartment. We went the next day and saw a few decent pieces of furniture: a desk, a coffee table, and our old couch. "What's in all these boxes anyway?" I asked, while scanning the room. My brother dusted one of the plastic boxes off and read the label. "Toys. Here, I think these are yours," he said as he slid the box my way. I could see some dolls and ponies through the clear orange plastic. I opened it up and a big smile grew on my face. There were some of my favorite toys in here. Animal figurines, an assortment of Beanie Babies, a Slinky, bouncy balls, and much more. I then saw a paw sticking out of the pile. I pulled on it, and a strange stuffed animal emerged from the rubble. It was a teddy bear, but with big round cheeks and funny protruding eyes, with the lids halfway down, so he looked like he was either stoned or sleepy. He was also wearing red pajamas with a blue trim and holding a yellow flashlight that was sewn into his hand. "Hey look, it's Bubba! Do you remember him?" He turned around from the box that he was searching and squinted his eyes at the bear. "Oh yeah, I remember him. Let me see him," he said as he reached his hand out. He inspected the bear for a minute, and then pressed the button on his flashlight. Nothing happened. "The batteries are dead," he chuckled as he tossed the bear back to me. This guy was crazy. What did he used to say? I scratched my head, and before I could think, my brother mimicked the bear.
"Let's go into the closet. Are we in the closet? I'm gonna turn on my flashlight."
We both laughed. "Oh yeah," I mimicked another phrase.
"Hey, you know what would be fun? Let's go under the covers. Are we under the covers? Okay, tickle me." "Whoa, that tickles."
We laughed even harder until we both sighed. My brother looked at the ground for a moment, and then at me. He said some weird stuff. Do you remember? I remember once he told us to go into Mom's room and turn off the lights. Do you remember that? I thought for a second, and remembered. Yeah, I remember that. Remember when Cousin Abby took him from us? Yeah, and he was like,
"Hey, don't touch me!"
And then she screamed her head off and ran. We both reflected for a moment, until I broke the silence. Yeah, he was crazy. Hey, we should get going. Mom wants us to come over for dinner. We packed up the boxes and secured the furniture in the truck. Then later that night, after we unloaded everything, we went to our childhood home. We visited with our grandmother and aunt for a bit, and I decided to help my mom cook. "Did you find anything he could use, honey?" she said while chopping carrots. "Oh yeah, our old couch still looks good, and some other pieces of furniture." "Hey, we looked through our old toys, Mom. I thought you had thrown those away." No, I wanted to keep those. When you have kids of your own, you can show them your old toys." Yeah, thanks, Mom. I wanted to put batteries into Bubba to see if he still works. You remember Bubba? Oh, yes, Bubba. He was your guys' favorite. You two had such an imagination back then. You used to blame everything on Bubba. Both of you even insisted that he spoke to you. She chuckled as she moved on to chopping onions. Wait, what? I don't remember thinking he said anything other than what he was programmed to say. What do you mean, dear? He wasn't programmed to say anything. Yes he was. He said a whole bunch of different phrases. I then stopped staring to look at her. She grabbed the pepper across from me and patted me on the shoulder. Nice try, honey. You may be grown-ups, but I'm only 52. My memory hasn't gone yet. When I bought him for you two, the only thing he had was the flashlight. Even that you had to turn on yourself. She grabbed a plate of appetizers and walked into the living room. I stood there speechless. She must be wrong. I remember clearly, he did speak to us. He did. I tried to put it out of my mind for the rest of the visit. We said our goodbyes and I offered to drive my brother home. It was dark now, around 8:30. I turned the radio down a little bit. Hey, I was talking to Mom about Bubba. She insisted that he was never programmed to say anything. She said that we were making it all up, and that the only thing that he had was the flashlight. What? Nah, she's wrong. She's bought us tons of toys over the years. She's probably thinking of something else. I distinctly remember times when he talked to us. Yeah, me too. We pulled up to his apartment complex and he got out of the car. Just before he closed the door, he leaned down and said, "Hey, don't worry about it, man. She's wrong." He waved as I pulled away. When I got home, I opened my laptop and searched for the Bubba doll. After several searches, nothing came up. I typed in, "teddy bear with flashlight, 90s toy." This was him. However, his name just said, "Flashlight Teddy." I clicked on link after link, trying to see if there were different versions. I found some on Amazon, and they were all the same. Just the flashlight turned on. Nothing else. A wave of discomfort fell over me as I sunk down into my chair. I pulled my phone out of my pocket and texted my brother. "Dude, Mom was right. Google flashlight Teddy." Occasionally I have nightmares about Bubba. I dream he shows up at my apartment, or my mom brings him home. I've been trying to block it out, but it always comes back. And neither me or my brother will go into that storage unit to this day.